Do you think it should exist?
Oh, 100%. I think we don't live in a fair or equal society, and the odds are so stacked in favour of men. And even that, it's a small, privileged few. And sometimes you need to jumpstart the system. So I am all in favour of quotas to create a more balanced, equal,
And that's
society.
across the board. I mean, obviously,
This
this is talking about disability, but you have positive discrimination in terms
women,
of race or sex.
All, age, all of it. I'm totally in favour of it all. And I can't wait to see this disabled weather person, whoever gets the job.
The BBC have made it clear that this isn't an actual job application. This is to join a training scheme. So there's no guarantee at the end of it that you will get a job. So it's
but at least there's a process in place to try and get a better intake, a more diverse intake. So I'm completely in favour of it.
Do you agree, Nadia?
Yeah, I do, because I think that it's incredibly difficult if you are from an ethnic minority, if you're disabled, and if you're a woman. I mean, I think at some point this show, right at the beginning of its conception, was we haven't got enough women. We're not representing women enough on telly. And I think if it wasn't for a bit of positive discrimination, that somewhere at the top went, we haven't got enough women on, this show wouldn't have been born.
How bloody patronising So we're only here because we're women?
No, not at all. I think you've still got to have merit.
Precisely.
No, but you know that's not true, Jane. You know that we're not just here because of women. You know that we had to go through a process. You have to be auditioned, and you can lose your job really easily.
So we're here on merit.
We're here on merit,
okay.
and so if you're using positive discrimination, it is vital that you get the best, because otherwise people will say, "Oh, that's not fair. They only got the job because they're black, because they're disabled."
We're not saying put people who can't do the job. We're just saying have a better, diverse intake.
Fully in support of positive discrimination regarding disabilities, because I think it's incredibly hard and people have ridiculous prejudices and misconceptions there. But women, I have a real issue with it. So all of us here, we're all for equality, aren't we?
Of course.
Right, OK. And yet you're now sitting here saying that women should be parachuted into top jobs ahead of men purely because they're women.
She never said that.
I mean, I'll just use the example
so
of
what do you mean by quota, then?
But let me use the example of Liz Kendall, let's say. So in '97, you had Blair's Babes, and what they did was all women shortlists for the sort of seats that they were contesting, the seats that they wanted to win.
How patronising was that?
But look, well, that was the press. That's not what they was.
But that's what
but look at what we now have with Liz Kendall.
Well,
you know,
look what we had with Margaret Thatcher. She didn't get positive.
But she was one. She was one, and there hasn't been another one since.
Theresa May.
She's not leading the party,
Jane.
Jane.
You say it is diminishing women.
But when you look...
It is demeaning and diminishing to women to say that we have to be put somewhere because we are women.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You also have to have ability as well. But Jane, can I just make a point as well? You raised this earlier when we were discussing this before we came on air. At the moment, America is poised. It could well have its first ever female president.
Exactly.
Hillary Clinton would not have been in the position that she potentially is now if not for positive discrimination years ago for her to get into the college that she applied for.
And how much better would it be there if she was just there without positive discrimination?
But the system...
You're asking for fairy tale world.
Jane,
I'm not
asking for fairy tale world. It's very simple. There's two ways that you change this, OK? Build up girls' self-esteem in school. OK? Build up their self-esteem.
But then give them
so that then, when they go into the workplace, they go, you know what, I'm here because I'm good at my job and not because I'm a woman who was put into this job because I'm a woman.
No one is saying they're not good at
that.
No, we are not.
If you're saying... But you're saying, OK, so an all-female shortlist, tell me how that is not about being just being a woman.
Because what was happening was you had shortlists where you had to have one woman, and still, always the men were winning.
That's not true.
No, but that's why they did the all-female shortlist. No, that's why they did it.
No. You have to look at the other issue. I think that a lot of women don't go into politics because of the hours, the commitment. There was a survey earlier this week saying that actually women choose
but this
not
is
to go
again
into
back
these
to what
kind
we're
of
saying
jobs
when we create a situation.
If we talk over each other.
Sorry.
Women choose not to go into these kind of jobs because the minute we have children, we need flexibility. So that was the second arm of what I was going to say. Build up self-esteem, and then when women get into the workplace, make it more flexible towards childcare.
But that only happens when you create a system that allows enough women to get into the workplace, into senior positions, to be able to change the system.
No,
the men in senior positions worry that the women are going to go off.
That's so patronising.
We're being told
men.
off.
That's so patronising to men. You're saying You're saying that men are not capable of making decisions like the ones I've just.
No, I think,
but they're not doing it.
I think at the end of the day, it is more difficult for women to rise to positions of power within the corporate industry because of the very nature of the fact that you have to have children. So that's a whole different ball game, I think, in terms of, we're being told.
We'll do this
We'll do this again another day.